Welcome to a video, Stan's Auto Repair. Some of you have been wondering what's going on with the Neon project. Well, turns out the engine I got was bad. Turns out also the transmission that I still had, which is right here, which is pretty much tore to pieces. Come to find out, the gears and clutches that's inside of it are pretty much shredded. But here's some of the Neon. That's the roof, doors, pillars, front glass. I tried putting a rock through it, but I couldn't, no matter how hard I threw it. But here's the car itself. This is what's left of it. It actually got warm enough today, up in the 60s, to where I could actually get in here and start chopping. Tried to do the windows normally, but this one, when I started to cut the rubber, it just shattered in 1,000 pieces. But this is why I'm cutting the car up. Yeah, that's the frame, and then that's the bottom part where the the rear wheels connect to. That's all rusted out. This side's a little worse for the frame, and then right there, that's really bad. There's already a hole in that. Let's see. It rusted a hole in the floor. And after I pulled the pillars out, that's what's left of the rocker, the underbody there. Oh, and by the way, there's supposed to be a frame right here. Well, there is no frame. It's gone. Yeah, there's not much weight to this car anymore. Here's the front part, but you can see it's pretty rusty down inside there. I mean, the camera light's not too great, but the only reason why I would say this isn't rusty is because all the gunk buildup. But here, let me show you something. This car came from the, well, I can't show you, the pillar's not there. Maybe I can show you on this pillar. Which, yeah, see this? It kind of looks like oxidation, but that's just salt buildup from roads. This car lived up north, up in the salt belt. That's why it's so rusty. If it was a Tennessee car, it'd look like this one, no rust. But same thing over here, pretty shot. Here's the underneath of the car. There's a better view. If you're wondering what I'm using to cut this car up, I'm using a Ripplicator saw from Harbor Freight and my muscles. Went through a few blades. I ended up using a Ripplicator saw to cut the window out. Cutting the part of the roof back here wasn't too bad, but cutting this part of the roof was pretty bad because of one, getting through this rubber, and then that rubber got all over the blades. That right there was pretty thick to cut through. And then when I was cutting through here, the Ripplicator jumped a lot because of the gap between these two pieces of metal. But one thing I've learned as I'm cutting this car up, it's pretty easy. I'm glad I never got in a car accident with this car. T-boned, rear-ended. Front end probably would have been okay, because there's a lot of stuff up there. And the front of the car is pretty much the most sound of the car. But pretty much everything from here on back is just rust. So this car would have probably folded and killed me. So that's why I've gave up on it. But yeah, here's the spare tire. Well, rusted in there. You would see the rust a lot more, but I spray painted it with a orange rust coating a long time ago. Because when I bought this car, this trunk literally had water sitting in the back of it, like up to here. That right there should have told me not to get the car, but I couldn't get it towed out of here, so I'm doing the next best thing, cutting it up. I would record it, but I'll be honest, my videos don't get a lot of views, so you know, to me it just isn't worth setting up the camera, trying to cut and do all that fun stuff. But I do got another vehicle coming. That's why I'm trying to get this car cut up real quick. It's a Chrysler LeBaron convertible, like a forest green gold, forest green and gold. I'm hoping I get it. Got somebody, they're just giving it to me to get it off their property. So basically, in a nutshell, once this is gone and out of here, I'll getting that towed in. A tree fell on it, so I'm hoping I can get the, I believe it's called the A-pillar or whatnot. This part right here, like right in here, the tree fell kind of like at this angle and bent this part of the pillar down. So I'm hoping with some strength, maybe I can straighten it back up. If not, I'll just, that car I should be able to just scrap, because it's in sound shape, you know, underneath, and you know, get some money in return. But that's the end of the project on the 2000 Neon. It's too much of a dangerous rust bucket, so now I'm just going to cut it up. I will see you all in the next video. I know I always say if it's broke, fix it, which typically if it's broke, you fix it. But this is beyond broke. There is no fixing. Unless you got tons and tons of money. It would be a whole body rebuild. And honestly, in my opinion, Neons ain't worth it. I drove it as long as I could, but now it's just time to cut her up and send her to the scrapyard. I'll see you on the next video.